personality seems?
It looks good.
That's what I was wondering. These glasses thick as hell. That's
Close your eyes. Yeah, like you seen Ratatouille?
It's a whole experience.
Come on though, like.
ain't got no frames on and they thick as hell. So.
Alright, we are.
Wait, more lip gloss?
Pour with water.
Wait, can you pass that to me? Oh, wait.
Mike Tyson.
Y'all coming in?
Are you coming in or staying out?
I'm telling you, bro. That's the neon flavor, bro. It took you out of space.
My lip gloss is popping. My lip gloss.
Alrighty, let's do this.
Alright, in 3, 2.
Okay, can you say your name for me?
Alan Ali.
Miss Chillwell.
Dope Taff.
Enrique one time.
Me, Hoodie Briscoe.
I go by Humble.
Jordan.
So KYLEPARKER.
Melik Watts.
I am Nigel, also go by Uno.
Q Cole.
I am Kel the Male.
Tay Garnett.
Unity.
Pollo Papi.
Okay, so the first question is basically talking about your experience this weekend here. What's your experience with the Huntsville music scene?
I would call it a vibe. It's been good with bad, just like how life is, you know? It's been cool, at the same time it's been frustrating, but it all like helps me grow.
I got a lot of respect for the Huntsville music scene right now. It's one thing to care about music and execute ideas and concepts and create songs, and it's another thing to really care about the history of music. And that's one thing I really picked up from a lot of people out here, that they are so knowledgeable about music in general, strong opinions and everything like that. And that's honestly what keep the craft alive.
It's been pretty cool, you know. It has its ups and downs.
Like being from New York and having to like really try to create a fan base and, you know, be more lyrical than some, less lyrical than others, like.
Different from being home with like the accent and the Southern hospitality, because Philly is just a whole bunch of mean mugs and hard to like give you your credit even if like you're really nice. But like if you dope out here, they'll let you know, like for sure.
It's been beautifully bitter, if that makes sense. I think it's taken me quite a bit to get to where I am now, and I'm still not where I want to be. However, working with Sound on the Hill has really helped me progress into this artist and just, I don't know, into the person I am today. So this year has been transformative, if that's the right word to say. But I'll say in the bitter, I just feel like there is a lot of gatekeeping in the city. But overall, I think the people who are really wanting to see other people shine, and the people who just, ain't haters, they showing love, and it's real. The real love that's there is real love, and then there's also fake love. But I think that's anywhere you go, so.
No, it's a growing community. Every day I see a change, throughout the community, from videography, from beat makers, producers, and like different artists to R&B singers.
My brother, Pollo, he came back down from Philly, started to explore rapping a little bit more, and he brought his addition to the Huntsville music scene. So honestly, it's been interesting to see the different types of styles and flows that can come from the city, but I feel like there's a lot of potential here. You got some folks that's been doing it a long time, that's been on a bigger stage, like your Wades or even an Eric, but then you have some folks that's coming up within the city. So Huntsville music scene has been real interesting, and I'm interested to see how the future goes, for sure.
If you really listen to the artists that are really out here, they have a lot to say, and you just gotta open your ear and open your mind. So like dealing with all of that, it kind of just made me a better artist.
Like everybody welcoming, you feel me?
So it be kind of hard because Huntsville, you be feeling like, Huntsville don't be really sticking with Huntsville, but tonight, y'all kind of showed me different because I used to be going to the same person, but it was a good experience tonight. Like everybody show love, everybody don't do that at every studio, so.
Actually a good experience. It drives me to want to keep coming back. You know what I mean?
So this is my first time kind of being in the Huntsville music scene, and it was surprisingly different than what I imagined, right? I came here and I saw a lot of collective artists get together and be able to work together. And there's a lot of talent that's here that's not really being voiced out. So just sitting back in the Sound on the Hill from yesterday was like, man, like there's a lot of stuff that could grow from this city. It just needs a voice. And hopefully within that Sound on the Hill and the cooperative people with them, they can expand a little bit more on that.
I would call myself the baby. So I've been spoiled in like certain aspects of encountering the Huntsville music scene, but on the other end of that, I would say it's been an experience, just seeing how it's grown, one and off, real for real.
We got so many different artists here that are super talented. Like, I feel like how Virginia was in like the 90s with Aaliyah, Timbaland, you know, Magoo, Neptunes, like all those people like were creating. I feel that's where Huntsville's at right now.
Yeah.
It's been great. I've been connecting with a lot of people. Shout out to Sound on the Hill. The studio mix has been helpful for me because it lets me be creative in a safe space.
It's been one-on-one. Like, there's a whole nother vibe, whole nother level going on out here, and unless you tap in, you won't know what's up.
Oh man, it's been nothing but love for me personally. Came back home after being gone for probably about 10 years for real, between school and working other places. Learned from my time in Philly, like if you want to do art and music, come in and focus on doing that. And ended up at EQ to record. From there, met CC. From there, tapped in with Sound on the Hill. And I think my experience with the Huntsville music scene is because of the people that I get to be around or who have embraced me. So it's nothing but love with Sound on the Hill. So Huntsville music scene been nothing but love for me.
Nice, nice. So what's your take on the event tonight? How did this come about?
Man, it's hard. I love it when a plan come together, even if it looked like it wasn't gonna come together before it came together. So
what would you say were like the pros and cons of putting the event together?
Pros, I knew I was working with people like who was gonna add value to it. Everybody had feedback, ideas, and network was definitely the pros. And then knowing from just mixers and relationships that all the artists that's gonna be in here was gonna have something to contribute. Cons, you can't please everybody, and that's just real life. Right. So whether it's trying to figure out how much should this cost, or you know who should be invited, who shouldn't, and it wasn't even really that kind of process on who should be invited. It was a pretty open and broad invitation list, but just trying to figure out how to actually make it work. And who don't like who and all whatever. Like, I'm not privy to that information. So trying to plan an event where you got internal dynamics and people's schedules and the holidays and A&M graduation and all type of stuff like that. It's just a learning experience to plan your schedule. This was kind of on the whim and something I wanted to see happen for my birthday, low key. So it's like, hey, that's what I want for my birthday. We're gonna try to make it happen.
Oh, it's everything I dreamed of, to be honest. And it went way better than I thought it was gonna go. I loved it, for real. I've been asking for a minute to have like an area where everywhere you go, he literally just said it too, like you can just go and someone's creating, and any type of process, whether it's recording, whether they're sitting there mixing and mastering some vocals, or they're just making the beat. Like, I just like being around that type of stuff because I don't know, I'm not one of them people that I focus on one part of it. I like all of it, from watching the engineers master to, you know, watching the producers make the beats, all that. So it's definitely been fun, definitely. I don't even want to leave, to be honest.
Oh, the event's popping, man. You know, being able to hop in and out the studio, right? Collaborate with different people, you know, you never know what's gonna come out of it. And ultimately, life is an energy exchange, and I just feel like the vibes is like right, it's like perfect, it's like bouncing off the walls in here.
Reminds me of a place called Rec Philly that I met Pollo Papi at, and basically y'all doing the same thing here. And I got to meet a lot of new artists, a lot of people that I met at the show, which was able to even make tracks with a couple people. That was very fun and interesting.
It's a change that can really help a lot of people.
How so?
When it comes to artist development, it takes a little bit of experience, you know, get in the field, you know, meet people, work with other people, which is what's going on. So it's nice to see. So, you know, eventually with that going on, we can improve
you got all these different people come from different worlds, different backgrounds, different levels, and you know, who are coming, but everyone equally seasoned at whatever they do or whatever their craft is. And it's impressive because all you getting is all these combinations and getting, I mean, fireworks and magic in between all that.
And every single person that's in these rooms, I at least know of them or have met them recently or within this year. So honestly, every single person is like, I gotta work with them. I need to work with them. Okay, this room here, I need to go to this room. Okay, I need to check this room. It's just so much going on, and I want to be a part of everything. I can't wait to see the split sheets. For real, for real. That's gonna be stressful.
Yo, this is completely new to me. You feel me? Like, I'm usually writing my songs, right? I'll be in the car, and I had a beat, and I have it playing back to back, like in loop, and I'm just sitting there, screaming, right? I'm just screaming. Boom, okay, I like that. Boom, I put that down as one line. Then I and just freestyle another line, keep trying to, and I'll do that. That process will probably take me a week, 2, you know. This is so fast paced. So it's completely different. I like it, out of my comfort zone.
Again, I came in here with expectations of not knowing anything. Like, I was just kind of like, okay, we're gonna see what happens. And to be able to see the whole creative process from start to finish, when somebody's creating a beat all the way to the recording side and people kind of making up their lyrics as they go, it's cool to see that kind of progress. And a lot of people don't get to see that all in one take. And for everybody to be able to work together and do that is
it comes to just like collaborativeness. Like, even if we're not making the song together, I got this move over here, I can make this shape for you. For like the people actually being cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not getting like the violence aspect started in the city is what I feel like it's doing for us type shit.
Yeah, it's been cool to see a lot of creative minds just come together, collaborate, make some cool stuff. Folks even got me in the studio, I don't even rap, but you know, supporting folks, you know, when you creative, stuff just comes to you a little bit naturally. So it's been fun to get into the booth, try some new things, and you know, support my brother in the process for sure.
I love it. I get to write, I get to be back in my creative space, everybody's supportive. There's a lot of seasoned artists too, so that could be intimidating, but I know I fit right here.
Like, it was more like it was fun. Like, y'all didn't even know me, and it was my first night. It felt like family, you feel me? So it's like everybody, I recorded with 2 people I didn't know. One I didn't know, he from New York, the other one from Philly, I didn't know him. But we all sounded fire on there. So it was just, yeah, I liked it.
You got all these different people come from different worlds, different backgrounds, different levels, and you know, who are coming, but everyone equally seasoned at whatever they do or whatever their craft is. And it's impressive because all you getting is all these combinations and getting, I mean, fireworks and magic in between all that.
No, the event's popping, man. You know, being able to hop in and out the studio, right? Collaborate with different people. You know, you never know what's gonna come out of it. And ultimately, life is an energy exchange, and I just feel like the vibes is like right. It's like perfect. It's like bouncing off the walls in here. That people are able to send positive energy to each other and be real supportive and just really put in like some hard body work. Like, I ain't hear nothing I ain't like yet tonight. So
nice. So tell me about your pen. I know you freestyle, but tell me about your pen, because I've noticed today that you've been using your pen.
Yeah, I have like a love-hate relationship with it, because freestyling is my preference just because I have way more hours of that. Just like when I first started rapping, that's how I started rapping. Backseat, rapping over the radio, whatever's going on the radio. So really, I've been writing raps like over a long period of time, but just the quantity is low. And so when I had spent time up in the Philadelphia area, like, I want to come in and just get on the mic and freestyle, and the partner's like, nah, we need a theme, we need a hook. And we sit in that hook for like 2 hours and leave and don't got no song. Like, I'm like, man, I don't like this. Like, I'm used to getting 4 or 5 songs in 2 hours. But they made me sit down and start writing, made me start conceptualizing. So now, when I want to sit down, I can, and I can write, but I still prefer like the free flowing, because my first mind is gonna give me what I really want to do on the song, and that's why I like freestyling. But it's love-hate. Freestyling gives me the cadence I want, but writing gives me like the intellect that I feel people deserve out of me, and like the quality of content.
I've always had it. I was born with it. I don't know, bro. it's grown over time. It's gotten stronger, but I always had it. It's all I really had at one point, for real. So, I don't know. And it's grown. Like I said, I can do everything now. That's why I say I'm everything. Because I can just do whatever style I want to, what I'm feeling, what I choose to do. So it's definitely like my sword now, for real. It's a power now. More than a talent, it's a superpower.
My pen can go a lot of places. I like to say I'm nowhere perfect, but I'm here for a purpose. I got verses for Hope Club and churches. And it's like I can take verses any places.
I used to try to freestyle, but I trust my pen so much. And because my pen is my heart, that's how I look at it. Like, when I'm writing, everything comes from my heart, it's not coming from my head. When I'm freestyling, everything's just off the top. I feel like my pen is the toughest because it comes from a place where a lot of people don't come from, but you can relate to it because it's all the story. And if you can relate to my pen, then you can really understand like who I am.
I started when I was like 13 and almost was damn near birthed an alien from then, you know, 13 to 26, you know. I practice and practice. I used to play the drums for 2 years, so that helped with, you know, getting across, get my point across with my creative, you know, process, so.
So I got 3 type of pens, you feel me? I got the phone, I got my notebook. I left my notebook, I ain't gonna cap. And then I got like a metaphorical pen, which is the mic. My pen is getting sharper. I be at work, right? And I don't have a beat, but I still be writing. And then when I actually got a song that I'm actually working on, I don't even have a beat, but I hear the beat, and I'm just getting it in, you feel me? In the middle of work, like it's crazy.
Girl, my pen is tough. Get buck, get nuck. What a bitch wanna do, talk tough. What's up? No, I'm just saying, my pen is good though. I can write off the top of my head. I could be silly, fun, loving. I could be anything when I write.
Definitely love writing more, but freestyling is like, that's just like breathing. That's what comes natural, and that's always necessary. That's how you know, it's a lost art. A lot of people can't go off top and be nice, actually at it, like talking your shit. But no, that come with ease. Like I love freestyling, but songwriting, nothing more impactful, nothing more popping than making a song or writing a fire ass verse or having a hook that really be like stuck in your mind all day. Like whether you whistling it or you just stuck on the melody, like songwriting is everything.
It depends on what mood I'm in. Like if I'm in the moment, like hell nah, this bitch got me fucked up. I'm finna go in the studio, like, and most likely if I'm angry, I gotta get it off right now, cause I gotta get off my chest. If I'm like in my feelings, I wanna really like
meditate.
Yeah.
My pen is hilarious. Like,
yeah,
I would say my pen is hilarious because it's just like, I don't know. I think that growing up in Philadelphia, we just all got like a little edge to us. It just is what it is. You know, you gotta be tough to be able to survive, you know, and I just think I cannot stop that from coming across in my music. Like everything's just gonna go hard or go to the 10th level, you know. I know y'all know enough Philly artists to understand that energy, you know, but at the same time, I challenge myself to be as dynamic as possible because, you know, my experiences on earth is different. You know, I might be from Philly, but I'm also African. I might be from Philly, but I also went to college. You know, those are all different type of things that make me up, that make me unique, and I try to incorporate that in my work. So, yeah, my pen is a reflection of me for sure. Ain't no cap in my raps.
When I'm making records, I like freestyling better. But I do enjoy like just those times where I get inspiration and I'm able to write something down or premeditate something like to its fullest. I do enjoy those moments too, but I definitely enjoy freestyling too. It's one and the same for me.
So your producing skills is going to be your pen.
Okay.
Tell me more about you as a producer.
Me as a producer, I want to say that I'm inspired by Quincy Jones and Hit Boy. So with my pen is I'm gonna hit you sonically, but I'm also you're gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And that's always been my goal with music is just feel.
I kind of started at a younger age. I've always wanted to get into it, and just hearing, you know, the old school beats and being with the people here on Sound on the Hill that I grew up with, we were able to come together and just start rapping, right? And I was always wanting to give them the beats to go off of. So that's where it started, and then I would say it really got more serious within the past few years. Just took a time, and I was like, man, let's do something I really enjoy. And from there, I was able to just really start carving time out and carving my own setup to be like, okay, let's start doing this, and let's start learning this, and let's start asking more questions and actually take this a little bit more serious. So,
what do you want your audience to get from your artistry?
Man, I think the number one thing for me is the feeling, right? I can impress you intellectually as much as possible. I could bar you to death. I could give you metaphor upon metaphor, similes, and entendres all day long. But if you didn't walk away from that song with a feeling, with a certain type of motivation, you know, with a certain type of connection to the song, then I feel like I didn't do my justice. That was more so for my ego, if I just got on there to try to be super impressive to you. So I really just try to convey a message for anybody that probably needs to be uplifted. Uplift is probably like my favorite word.
I just want you to feel inspired. I want you to feel uplifted. I want you to feel like whatever your passion is, whether it's cheerleading, writing, drawing, shooting videos, do it in the most positive way.
Let people know someone else is feeling the same thing, you know? Whatever I spout out, like I said, I make everything, and I cover every human emotion for real. So just feel related, like, I'm not the only one, like type stuff. So for sure that.
Okay, so what do you want your audience to get from your artistry?
I want my audience to have the opportunity to think for themselves out of my artistry. And in saying that, I try to build like my sound and my soundscape and like the lyrical content in a way that 3 different people can listen to the song 3 different ways. Like, it's gonna be somebody that's just gonna enjoy the melody and the cadence. It's gonna be somebody that just has a feeling. I want to give like that nostalgic feeling in some kind of way. So some folks just gonna be rocking with it for the vibe. But then for my lyricists, or like people who like just analyzing literature and going into the depth of that, that's where I feel like the basement to the penthouse is from my work, because you can hear it this way, and then you like take this perspective. It's like multiple ways to digest the song. So that's what I want. It's like every song should be a playground for like the listener, regardless of what you like.
My music is my only way to like really go through everything I go through, put it in a box, and be okay with going through it. Like, cause I'm a really good person, you feel me? But I go through so much shit that is like, if it wasn't for music, I wouldn't be who I am. But I want my music to just let you know, like, it's okay. Like, it's really okay, because I've been rock bottom. Like, I've been through worse. Like, I come from the South Bronx. Like, that's a really, really rough place. Like, just look it up. Like, not trying to brag. I love my city. I'm not trying to brag about it, but that's a really rough place. So for me to be able to take all of that aggression, all that sadness, all that pain, all that energy, all that love, all the stories, everything I grew up, and then come to Alabama, learn from everybody here, go through my own personal adulting pain, or like me growing up on my own, all of that, and I could bring all of that together. Now, if you listen from my first song to my latest song, you'll know like, Elijah been through this, but he made it. Elijah been through this, but he made it. Elijah went through this with this girl, but he did it. You feel me? He made it. He messed up. He fucked up. He made it right. Like, you feel me? All my music just tell the whole story of my life if you really just listen to it.
Human. I cannot stand a pedestal. I cannot stand a pedestal. When people hear me, I don't want them to put me on a pedestal. I want them to just receive what's being given to them, and to know that because it's a part of me, like, and I'm sharing that with you, that's so intimate to me. I don't care how big the stage is or how small the stage is, it's a part of me. And so I just want people to be able to receive and feel what I'm saying through my words and through my sound. And yeah, I just want them to understand, if anything, what I'm feeling, and to hopefully, you know, have them have an understanding of themselves, because I feel like I relate, because, you know, we all are human, so.
Okay, so you ever felt like you couldn't, like, just life was never going anywhere, and there was nothing you could do about it, you was just stuck in this hole and you couldn't climb out? Well, I want everybody to know they can climb out that hole, you feel me? And Cause I've been in that hole, and you know what I mean? I'm smiling. I'm so happy. Like I'm so happy. That's that Craig reference from South Park. If you ain't even know that. But nah, listen. For real. I really just want to motivate the people. You feel me? Just bring back positive energy. Everybody be rapping about killing and all this and all that. Woo woo woo. Or shit, I might be freestyle about goddamn. I freestyle. I be in my freestyle talking about. No, I don't want to cuff, but you know, it's just, when I write, I want to keep it positive, you know, that's what I let my soul say.
Really just the sounds of life, right? You know, what I want them to be able to hear is like when they hear it, it's almost like not necessarily a guide, but it kind of gives them an upbeat joyfulness to it, right? There's so much going on within the world that doesn't bring us that positivity. Hopefully within the music, like we hear some of the greats like, you know, Erykah Badu or something like that, it gives you something to touch your soul, and hopefully I can give that penmanship on the beat to like flourish out and do that also.
Inspiration. It's just inspiration to do like different things. Like that's our job as artists, is to inspire. So whether I inspired you to live your truth, or whether I inspired you to go chase your dream, or whether I inspired you to just go get a job and, you know what I'm saying, and stop selling dope. Whether I inspired you to get up and be like, okay, I working on it, I do all these things, but I still want to chase my dream. That's what my job is as an artist, is to inspire. You know what I'm saying? On the other end of that, for myself, is to take care of my family and use it as a platform and not get stuck here either. You know what I'm saying? So that's my job as an artist, is to inspire people to be the biggest that they can be in themselves. Through me, you know what I'm saying, vicariously, physically, whatever it may be, and then move on from this and be able to still inspire and still take care of my family, because as a human being, I feel like the biggest act you can do is inspire somebody. So
I do a lot of different types of art, to be honest. Like, by main trade right now, I do tonsorial artistry, so I cut hair. But I'm also into fashion, and I'm about to drop a clothing line soon. So when it comes to just rap, just when I do it, I feel like all in all, like when you bring in barbering, when you bring in clothes and this type of stuff I might rap about, like everything fly shit. I want people to just feel, you know what I'm saying, fly, feel good, feel chill. I'm a real even keel type of dude. So with my artistry, I want people to just feel good about themselves, and just, you know what I'm saying, a whole lot of fly shit type deal.
For me, especially when I'm playing a beat for artists, I just want the beat to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make my beats in a certain way to where it gives them the vibe, because they can, when they're listening, they can feel where they're at. You know, they can taste it, they can see it. So that's always my goal, is just to give you something scenic.
Confidence to really say what you mean and mean what you say. I truly believe if you put focus and dedication in something you love, you're literally going to accomplish it. Like, it's about following steps. You follow the steps to succeed, and you're going to get it. I've never been wrong.
One thing about myself is I am an artist who creates both audio and visuals, you know, for the unsung, for those not celebrated, for people, you feel me, not you know, publicized, or just like the people that don't get enough credit in this world. I do it for, you know what I mean, I do it for the culture, I do it for that. To feel, though, at the end of the day, vibrant and reflective. I want you to walk away those two things, and my music is catered to those who are going through the motions, going through the unknown, going through that day to day, you know, in and out, working, grinding, you know what I mean? Whether you hearing my music, you getting off the clock, or you putting in work, whether you out there grading papers, or you on the block, it don't matter. My vibe come with flavors, and that's the whole point of what I do.
Okay.
I'm real, like, straightforward. That's it. Like, I'm human. That's it. I go through the same thing somebody will go through. I ain't no better than the next. I'm me. And plus, my name Unity, because, like, I want folks to feel united when they hear me. Like, everybody can relate to me. Niggas, a girl, anybody, your mama, your auntie.
Honestly, like, I was just always freestyling. Like, my brother, everybody, like, all right, so I was just freestyling. I'd be making songs like Sun Chips. Those are my, no, you cannot touch my sun chips. You feel me? I was just like that. And all the time, I remember I was recording on my DS. Like, me and my cousins and my brothers, we was just freestyling on the DS, you know? So, I don't know. I guess it's always been around. And then I tried to write. I tried to write back in middle school, I didn't like what I what I wrote, and so I stopped. And I didn't get back into it till sophomore year when I met somebody he had his earbuds in, he'd go into a closet in the school and he would start singing and make some beautiful songs. And I was like, I want to be like that guy. So I started using the music to express myself because I wasn't doing that either.
I feel like it's my calling. At one point I didn't. At one point I didn't use it the way I'm using it now. I would use it in probably just in the space I was in. Just wasn't focused on it, wasn't taking my time, wasn't using my money towards it in the right way. But I want to say around like 2018, God was just like, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna do it right. And if not, I'm gonna take it away from you.
Nice. Okay, so you talked about your artistry as far as music goes. What about the camera?
Oh, the camera. The camera, I'm a storyteller. I'm a visual storyteller. I'm an activist. I aim my camera at the things I don't like, the things I want to see change in the world. You know, so, you know, in Philly, we have an opioid addiction crisis going on in one particular section called Kensington. And I've been going out there doing my thing, using my pictures to raise money and everything like that. And that way it's gratifying because I'm a human being through and through. Like, I'm sentimental about life. Like, I'm sensitive. Like, I just don't walk past people and I feel them. Like, I befriend homeless people and everything like that. So my camera is just my ability, my way of being able to tell everybody's story. Because if I didn't have people, I'm primarily a portrait and street photographer. If there were no people, I would have no stories to tell, you know? So it's really about the human experience or whatever and trying to do something for human beings and black people as well, like telling the black experience and making sure that this shit is documented, what we're going through, and somebody gotta see it. You can't hide from a photograph.
Nice. I kind of want to get a little personal with you, just a little bit, because I've been watching you. Like,
I appreciate that.
I pay attention. I pay attention to how people move in the studio, and you really just been putting in work, especially this year.
I appreciate that.
And you know, I got the calendar too, so I know, you know, you be recording and stuff. And I really love that about you, and I can just look at you and see that it's a passion for you.
Most definitely.
And I'm curious to know why music. That's my next question for you.
I was born into it, in all honesty. Like, and I be feeling like I be pre-pampered till I say this, but like, in all honesty, it's just because it's all I know. Like, I was born into it. Like, I was just telling Enrique, shout out Enrique, but that, my grandma, she's a gospel singer. Like, my uncle is a famous gospel singer. Like, he made them anthems, like, we fought down, all that stuff. Like, he made them anthems. So it's like, I literally was born around it. I grew up seeing it. So it's like, yeah, I could have did something else. Like, my mom never put it on me like that. But at the same time, that's all I really wanted to do. Like, there was no other option for me in my head. Like, I used to play sports and everything, but I was always singing. I was always rapping. I was always that kid in school with the headphones in, walking around singing the lyrics. Like, I was always that guy. So it was just like, there was nowhere else to go. Like, it was just all I really wanted to do since I was born. Like, I can't remember a time where I didn't want to.
It's really just what I like, what I realized I was good at or something I could grow into, And I had a friend that passed away, rest in peace, Alan. He was getting into it with me when we started, so like I just wanted to hold, just hold what we had, keep it going, I just always wanted to just keep striving to make it happen, because that was the goal me and him had. Other than that, that's it, Being creative, being open-minded, don't like to be in a closed position, so.
Because I was a loud, rambunctious little boy, and I didn't know what my calling was necessarily. I would sing in church and shit like that. But I had took more of my passion to like sports and shit. Got football scholarship, shit like that. But then music, it just came back around like full circle. This is where I was able to fully express myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like throughout the sports and all that, this is where I was able to fully be able to feel how I felt and do what I do on certain tracks. And I guess you could say that's why I chose it in totality, is just because it allowed me to be myself, which is what I want for everybody when they hear my music.
Be yourself. Don't try to sound like nobody else. Everybody got a story. You gotta meet folks where they at. Like you just, ain't nobody better than nobody. But at the same time, you allowed to think that you that bitch or you that nigga, so it don't matter. Yeah.
I like that. But can you say your social media handles one more time so that people can know where to find you?
Yeah. So my Instagram is humble.lee, but double them E's. Humble, HUMBLEE.LEE. Humble.lee, double them. Come on, y'all, say it with me. Yeah, that way.
Thank you, sis.
You're welcome. That was fun.
That little A with the circle around it. You know what I mean? A, now regular A. LLAN, that's Allen. We ain't not doing no spaces or underscores yet. I'm just making it clear. ALLANALI_ Allen Ali.
Ah, man, okay. So I didn't come prepared for that one. As far as social media wise, I still have like my own personal thing. So I'll eventually have something come out more for the producing lane. So we'll just kind of keep that separate at the moment. But just kind of stick tuned and you'll see, stick tuned for more that's gonna come up. So we'll go from there.
You can find me on all social media platforms at Nigel Uno, NXGELUNO.
Instagram is Melik_Watts, so that's MELIK_WATTS. And then on Twitter is Melik Watts, MELIKWATTS. I think it's like that across all platforms for real. If you look up that name, you'll pretty much find me.
All right, you can follow me on all social media platforms, QCole, QCOLE, music, and that's going to be Twitter and everything, TikTok.
Yes, it is Kel with the Mel, QUELWITHEMAIL _ on Instagram. So Kel with the Mel on Twitter and Kel with the Mel on TikTok too. Follow me, y'all.
I ain't beat down tan. It's your boy. Let's go have your Instagram.
My Instagram is Villes, VILLES, chosen, no spaces.
Thank you so much.
Truthful.
You can find me everywhere on social media, Dope Tab, DOPETAF once again. On Twitter it's TimmyFly, TIMMYFLYTHE. Yeah, on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, DatPiff, Spinbrilla, whatever you want. I'm on all that, so you can find me wherever, doing whatever. For sure, get me at YouTube though, for sure. Swank TV. I got my series on the regular coming back as well, so that's something I want people to look out for.
Check out his series, y'all. I gotta shout that out.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at IamUnity__, or my Facebook is Unity the Rapper. I don't know if everybody do Facebook, but yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at TAY.GARN3, not an E, a 3 TT. That's Tay Garnett. TAY.GARN3TT.
Chill Will PHL on anything. Anything. YouTube, Spotify, Tidal, anything. And that's another thing that I'm also want to work on dropping music. Like my social media, I feel like has a good following, but I want to be able to intentionally drop music as much as I post or as much as I, yeah. So that's the goal for this year.
You can find me on all social media platforms, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Enrique One Time. You can spell it out the same way I spelled it at the beginning, ENRIQUE. One time. I don't want to spell that part out.
I got a lot of social media pages because I be into a lot of stuff, but Pollo Papi.GNF on Instagram for the music. That's POLLOPAPI. LLOPAPI.GNF. The GNF stand for God Never Fails, because that's always the case in every way on every day, you know.
Hey, look though. Shout out to Lifesavers. Gotta have a Sprite. Sprite need to sponsor me. I buy more Sprites than I buy clothes. And I gotta wear clothes. Y'all don't even wanna see the bag though. We ain't gonna show the snacks.
You're not gonna show your snacks?
Man, see, look, they not ready. They not ready. They not ready. Look.
Okay.
Sponsor me. Sponsor me. Sponsor me. See, well, a lot of people think Lay's chips go with Lay's dip, but you gotta have the Russells with the Lay's. Oh my gosh!
So you're a mixer.
You feel me? You feel me? You feel me?
Side A, side B.
Long time coming.
Part.
But I know change gonna come with a honey bun. You feel me? And then these not mine. But yeah, somebody bought some